This is Lindsay Nielsen from Forsmarsh Group. This video is designed to show state election officials how to manage their state's data submission on the project portal for the 2018 Election Administration and Voting Survey, or EAVS. We'll take a look at the website that's been set up to exchange information between the project team and state election officials. I'll show you how to download and upload files on the site, and I'll discuss how data can be transferred between templates. To begin, let's go to the EAVS project portal. You can find that site at EAVSportal.com. This site has lots of information about EAVS, and I encourage you to explore all the resources there. But for now, we're going to click the Login button, either at the top right corner of the page or in the center of the page. Enter your username and password into the text boxes you see. If you don't know your state's login information, contact the EAVS technical support team. Once you've logged in, you'll see some resources on the password-protected part of the portal. First, in the center of the screen, you'll see a file upload link. This will allow you to upload files from your own computer and send them along to the EAVS team. Below that, you'll see a series of links under the Downloads header. These are templates and documents that the EAVS team has put together to help you with the survey. And finally, you'll see a table of uploaded files. These are files that you've uploaded through the File Upload function. You can see the names of the files you've uploaded and the date and time they were added. I'm going to scroll back up to the Download section and talk about the importance of the EAVS aggregation template, which you see right here. This is going to be the document that you use to collect, error check, and submit your state's official EAVS data for 2018. This document is titled 2018 EAVS Data Aggregation Template and has your state's abbreviation in the title. Later on in this video, I'll show you how to use this document to compile your jurisdictional data, but for now I'll show you how to download the document so you can edit it. First, click on the document's title to begin the download process. When a download is complete, you'll see it appear in the bottom left corner of your screen. From there, you can left-click on the downloaded file to open it immediately. Any Microsoft Office files you download from the internet are going to open in protected view. This mode disables editing and links and macros to protect you from malicious files. However, all the files on the EAVS portal are from a trusted source and are safe to open. So you can click Enable Editing in the top part of the screen. This will turn it into a document that you can input data into. For the data aggregation template we've downloaded, you'll also be asked to click Enable Content to allow the macros built into the spreadsheet to run. Now, before you begin editing any document that you plan to submit to the EAVS team, you'll want to save it to a location on your computer so you can find it later on. Do this by clicking the File menu in the top left corner of your screen, then clicking Save As. From here, you can choose the folder to save the document in and give the document a new title if you want. After you've chosen the folder and given your document a name, click Save, and you're ready to begin working in the file. If you forget to save the file to another location, check the Downloads folder on your computer, and you can usually find it there. From here, you're ready to edit the document. To learn more about how to input and error check data in the Excel template, you can watch our Excel template overview video or read our guide to using the 2018 EAVS data templates. Both can be found on the resources page of the EAVS portal. Now that we've covered how to download a file from the EAVS portal, save it, and edit it, I'll next show you how to upload files. Prior to the data submission deadline on February 1st, 2019, you'll want to make sure that you have all of your EAVS data entered in this Excel template for all of your jurisdictions, and you'll want to run the data validation macros and address any issues they flag. Once you're ready to submit, you can do that by uploading your completed Excel template to the EAVS portal. Your first step is to save all the changes you've made to your template file by clicking Save. Next, navigate back to the EAVS portal, which, to remind you, is at EAVS portal.com. If necessary, use your username and password to log in once more. We're now going to use the file upload function, which is the first thing you see on the page. Click the Choose File button, and from there, navigate to where you saved your document on your local computer. Click the name of the file you want to upload, and then click Open. And lastly, click the Upload file just below the file path. Give it just a little time to process the upload, and if it worked, you'll see the message File Upload Successful appear below the File Upload header. You can verify by looking in your uploaded files list. And you can see right here, this is the document that I just submitted. Now, if your file upload doesn't work, you'll get an error message up here in red text that will describe why the upload failed. There are a few common reasons why a file upload might fail. One is file size. Our system won't allow uploads larger than 40 megabytes, which should be plenty large for most EAVS purposes. But if your file is larger than that, contact the EAVS technical support team, and we have other ways to get your file to us. Another common file upload issue is with the file type. The system is only set up to accept Excel files, Word files, and PDFs. So please make sure your document is one of those. The last reason why your file upload might fail is because it was interrupted in some way, like your internet connection being disrupted, in which case we recommend waiting a few minutes and trying the upload again. Another piece of advice I want to give you about uploading and downloading files is to recommend that you log off the EAVS portal at the end of each session. We recommend you don't leave your state-specific login page open on your computer when you're not actively using these resources. This prevents unauthorized access to your EAVS data. You can do this by clicking Log Off in the top right corner of your screen. And now that we've discussed how to download and upload your data using the EAVS portal, let's next talk about how to use the portal to manage your state's data submission. In addition to the Excel template you've seen in this video, we also have an online template that's designed to collect data item by item from jurisdictions. You can consult the template user guide or the online template video to learn more about how that template works. But what I'm going to focus on here is how to transfer data between templates. We recognize that some states may want to use both templates to compile their EAVS data. So we want you to know how data moves from the online template to the Excel template and vice versa. First, let's talk about how data gets transferred from the online template to the data aggregation template. If you're a state election official responsible for completing EAVS, you may want to have your jurisdictions answer some sections or even the entire survey. The best way for jurisdictions to submit data item by item is through the online template. Once again, we have a video you can watch about how to enter data in that template, but for now we'll talk about how data gets from that template into the data aggregation template. Once local jurisdictions have completed their data submission process in the online template, our system will import that data directly into the data aggregation template that's on your state files page in the EAVS portal. This data transfer happens once a day. A column is added at the end of the aggregation template that will have a timestamp of when the jurisdiction last entered data into their online template. Once all the jurisdictions have submitted their data through the online template, the next step is that you, as a state official, need to download that data aggregation template from your EAVS portal, review it and make any necessary changes, run the data validation checks, and then submit your state's aggregation template through the file upload function that we discussed earlier in this video. This aggregation template that you upload will serve as your state's official EAVS data submission. Another feature of the online template is that we can customize which questions it shows to your jurisdiction. If your state election office wants this customization, please reach out to our technical support team. Another functionality we have is using the data aggregation template to pre-populate responses into the online template for jurisdictions. This allows jurisdictions to review these responses and confirm or edit them if necessary. To do this, you'll need to download a version of your state's data aggregation template from the EAVS portal and add any centrally reported data you want your jurisdiction to review. From there, contact the EAVS technical support team, and they'll need a few days to get this functionality set up. Once your jurisdiction's online templates have been pre-populated, The process works just like we discussed on the previous slide. Local jurisdictions use their unique password to access the online template, enter in data or edit pre-populated responses, and then submit their data. Data submitted through the online template is automatically added to the data aggregation template on each state's EAVS portal page. And from there, the state officials are responsible for downloading the aggregation template, making any necessary changes and running error checks, and then uploading the state's finalized data submission to the EAVS portal. A couple of things to note about this process. If the state wants to pre-populate any responses in the online template, then any changes that local jurisdiction officials make will not automatically be tracked. If the state would like information on which items were updated by jurisdictions and why, then state officials should ask jurisdictions to provide this information in the comments. So that is the process of using the EAVS project portal to manage your state's data submission for the 2018 survey. We've discussed how to open documents and edit them, how to submit them through the project portal, and how to transfer data back and forth between the online template and the Excel template to help you gather your state's EAVS data. I also recommend reading the Guide to Using the 2018 Data Templates document on the Resources page of the EAVS portal. That document has written instructions on how to perform all the tasks we've covered here in this video. If you run into any difficulties using the portal, please reach out to our Technical Assistance Help Desk. You can reach them at EAVS@forsmarshgroup.com, and someone will get back to you within 1 business day. Thank you, and we appreciate your time and your contributions to the 2018 EAVS survey.